After seeing the team take the field for practice in the preseason, how do you anticipate the performance moving into the opening weekend of competition?
Well, I think this preseason has told us a lot about this year's team. We've had the opportunity to play 3 competitions, starting with Team Canada. Rolled right into a weekend at Hopkins, and this past week, we played Syracuse and Albert Morris. So, got a lot of great film. Had an opportunity to really evaluate every area of the team. Certainly, still a great deal of work to be done, but we're looking forward to opening weekend. I think. Kind of starting the goal, Greg and Scott have both done a nice job in the cage so far this year. Defensively, we get some fresh faces down there, but I like the chemistry that's starting to take place in both the close D and the defensive midfield areas of the field. The face-off X, Coach Kester's done a nice job working with those guys. We know that's an area that we're going to continue to work at to improve, with some excellent face-off guys that we'll see early this season. And on the offensive end, Coach Dobbins is really preaching that unselfishness, that we're trying not to settle for anything less than a quality shot. The game's faster. There's more scoring opportunities in today's game, which is exciting. We're trying to capitalize on all of those opportunities. And, we've seen growth in just about every scrimmage we've had. So we're looking forward to taking some of those positive opportunities that we've learned from into this weekend.
Are there any major differences between this year's team compared to last year's team?
Well, I think every year the team is a bit different. You have new leaders, you have new freshmen, you have different chemistry. I would talk about this year's team in a sense that the leadership we've gotten thus far has been very good. As a class, it's a group that 6 of the 9 seniors live together. I think there's some real chemistry between the 9 seniors that we have. They all understand their roles. I think they've really bought into that, and that kind of makes my and the staff's jobs a bit easier when you have seniors that are really leading by example. And I've seen that out of this group thus far this fall and going into the preseason. We're getting some contributions from some young guys, which is great to see as well. So, I think this year's team understands the challenges that lie ahead. They're a very determined group. We understand what kind of conference we play in, and we're starting the season off with a very good Detroit team, and that's certainly where our focus is right now.
Who do you think will be the sleeper team in the conference this season?
Sleeper team, it's hard to say. There's 8 teams in the ECAC, top to bottom. We proved that we're one of the very best conferences in America last year. I don't anticipate anything differently this year. We're going to prepare as hard as we can for every league opponent we face, knowing the importance of those games when that time comes. I think you look at a team like Hobart, returning what they return is a very good team, hosting the conference championships this year. Air Force has got everybody back. They had a really good team last year. Michigan is improving. Coach Paul's done an outstanding job recruiting. He's got his first class in there now. They'll be an improved ball club. And Coach Burns down there now, in his 2nd and 3rd year, and recruiting and getting comfortable with his group. And I know they'll be an improved group as well. So I think all across the board, you're going to see a great league, some very competitive games. There's a great deal of travel in the ECAC. We understand that, and that's part of what makes it, so challenging week in and week out.
You guys wrapped up the preseason. Just talk about your performance heading into the opening weekend of competition.
I think we did really well in the fall and this January. We got a lot of work on a lot of different things with playing all these different teams, and we got to see some of the best teams in the country, and we got to fit in a bunch of different guys into some different roles and see how we played out. So I'm pretty excited for this season.
What are some of the major differences you see between last year's team and this year's team?
Well, last year's team, we're one of the best defensive teams in the country, and we graduated a lot of our defensive players. So coming back now, we have a lot of freshmen and sophomores kind of stepping into big roles for us in the defensive end. Returning offensive players are key for us right now. So we're looking to be pretty strong on the offensive end, and our defense is right there with us. So it's pretty exciting.
You're the reigning ECAC Offensive Player of the Year, preseason All-American. Just talk about how you feel about your game heading into your senior season.
I'm pretty confident right now coming into the season. It's kind of direct reflection to all the work and the practices with the teammates, and to be the best, you got to go against some of the best players, and the defense really gives it their all in practice, and it's like I said, direct reflection on how the teammates kind of take it to me in practice, and we push each other to be the best.